Welcome to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. This is the first of the two Oracle games I'll be LPing, as requested by my patrons. Seasons will follow on from this. They were both released for the Game Boy Color in 2001 and are looked back on fondly by fans. For me, however, these LPs will be my first time completing any of them. I was always more into the console games until the DS games came around. Ages in particular, since I haven't played it since childhood and barely got anywhere in it. As a considerable counterpoint to that, I am joined on this excursion by a man who already LP'd both of them years ago, and I've successfully dragged him out of LP retirement for this. It's Mecha Prime.
Hey, what's up?
What's up with you? How long has it been since you were in a video?
I don't know, we had to cast a resurrection spell to get me out of here. Oh boy, that Triforce looks important.
That's what's bringing you back to life.
Yeah, I had to call upon the power of the Triforce. I've only got 2 of the 3 pieces so far, though. I'm still working on it.
Well, this is sort of the cool meta plot of the Oracle games. It's Link, who is supposedly the same Link from A Link to the Past. We don't really need to go into timeline discussion, people, as usual. But he actually gets teleported to these 2 different kingdoms. In Age's case, we were teleported to the land of Labrynna. And that's where we pick up.
That's correct. It was the Triforce itself that actually gave you this quest.
Ignore that name.
Oh, perfect.
That was my test name. But since I'm playing on a ROM, I forgot to save, so there's actually nothing on that file. Now, this character is going to be named McFly.
Oh, okay.
As a little Back to the Future reference. As suggested by my patron Tanner Schultz.
Thanks, Tanner.
If any film reference was going to be appropriate, it was going to be that one. And as it goes on, it's going to be more fitting than you think. So wait, then the Triforces have individual consciences? And we wake up naked and alone.
Oh boy. It's like an episode of Survivor already.
Or Terminator.
Right. Oh hey, Impa, what's up? Oh, did I spoil that? I'm sorry.
No, this is Impa. She just had sort of a design upgrade for the Oracle games.
Right, so... bit of trivia here. Pretty much all the sprites from this game are recycled from Link's Awakening. Kind of like how in Majora's Mask it was recycled Ocarina of Time stuff.
Right.
But there are a few new ones, and Impa's one of them. We're going to meet a very, I guess, infamous one a little bit later here. One of my favorites. I'm not going to spoil that one.
I can't immediately think of what you're talking about. We can't talk to her again. She's just... We are now a train.
What would a Zelda game be without talking monkeys, by the way?
They couldn't lay it on thicker. That something's gonna go wrong.
Oh no, I sure hope something bad doesn't happen. Everything's so great.
Boy, I sure love breathing.
Isn't the sun shining so nicely today? Oh, every time I see that, I'm just gonna think of Biff. She's got the Biff voice in my head now.
That's probably the biggest thing you can actually move before you get the power bracelet.
It's funny, because after that, he can't lift rocks.
I can't lift grass, either.
Right.
I hear music. Aha. That's pretty impressive counterpointing yourself there, lady.
Right. The Game Boy Color didn't really have a groundbreaking sound capability. And yes, you have to talk to every animal.
I'm not gonna sit, I'm gonna charge head first.
Cutscenes in a Game Boy game. Kind of.
Kind of. It's an individual picture, and then back to this. There's a band.
There is a band.
Oh, that's true, but are they in this one?
Oh, no, they're the band we see a lot of in the next one.
Impa, you're kind of shy there. Don't be rude.
Right?
You're even all blue from embarrassment. What's wrong?
I've always liked the bird sprite on this screen. He looks like he's very much shocked to be there and under the influence of a lot of stuff.
It's like his beak is falling off.
Holy shit, is that a goddess? By the way, the guy you're talking to is the guy I was talking about earlier. He is the best character in this game.
He's something, alright. Ralph.
I love Ralph. Ralph is the best. And I mean that in a very pandering way.
Yeah.
Because he's actually the worst at everything.
He tries. There you are, Impa. See, now you're happy.
It's nice to see someone happy. Now the bear's freaking out, but the bird is not fazed by this at all.
Title drop.
Backup title, by the way.
Oh god, I'm drunk. Oh.
Another example of good music. This game's got a lot of good music, by the way.
It does. Feels like most of the Game Boy Zelda games had really good. Like, even though the sound card was 8-bit, set a really low quality, the melodies really came through.
Oh yeah. It's like Koji Kondo.
Veran, here is our antagonist for the game. She may be beautiful, but she's also truly terrifying.
She's a body snatcher!
There's something so much more horrible about body snatching as opposed to just regular kidnapping.
Right? And apparently she is strong enough to take over a goddess? Sure.
An earthly avatar of it, at least.
Right.
I think.
So these games, the goddesses, I guess, get a downgrade. They have a human form. And even though there are 2 games, all 3 of them are represented.
That's true. The third one got kind of a raw deal.
Yes. There was supposed to be a 3rd game. So this one was... There was supposed to be a whole Triforce series, 3 games for the Game Boy Color. The Mystical Seed of Wisdom, Mystical Seed of Courage, and Mystical Seed of Power. So Mystical Seed of Wisdom became this game. Mystical Seed of Power became Oracle Seasons, and Mystical Seed of Courage was dropped. Didn't happen.
Yeah, Courage was going to be based around color.
Right.
Which is fitting, because Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they just sort of integrated those into the rest of the games.
Right. Furore's magical item was to be a paintbrush.
I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, it would have been pretty cool.
I wonder if any fan game developers ever tried to put something together like that.
I don't know how much of the assets are actually there. I mean, most of it's found in these games, but you'd almost be rewriting it from scratch, I think.
Oh no, you're my dad!
Wow, there's a lot more monkeys. They got to multiplying pretty quickly. And they're gone.
If there's one thing I like more than breathing. Where am I?
This one always made me a little sad.
That one's rough.
Grandma's sad now. So, the one thing I love about Ralph is that he's got a lot of physical reactions to things, including sliding to the right, spinning around, jumping. A lot of physical comedy comes from Ralph in this game, and I love it. I guess you could call him the foil to McFly's awesomeness. Moonwalking.
He screams Nehru a lot, too.
Oh, yeah. Many explanation points were used in Ralph's text boxes.
So in the screen immediately to the right is actually Nehru's house. If you were to go there before you met Nehru, the door would be locked. After this, the door is open. So I like to imagine when Ralph ran away, he just smashed into the door body first.
So Hyrule is mentioned a bunch in this game, but you never actually go to it.
Yeah, I kind of wonder where Labrynna and the other place, Holodrum, are in relation to Hyrule. Because I feel like this is the only time in a canonical Zelda game we learn about a different kingdom. Even though they're both basically Hyrule.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a lot like Termina. It's another one of those links on a journey things.
Oh, this is a tattoo. I got that like last year.
She's like, sweet tat, man.
That means you're rad enough to save the Oracle of Ages.
Are you a bad enough dude to save the Oracle of Ages?
I am with my wooden sword.
Yeah, wooden sword. I find that a little odd, but, you know, whatever.
My heroic stick.
Blunt weapons are OP in this game.
Well, I mean, I played Dark Souls. The mace will get you through pretty far.
Right, the wooden sword is this game's mace.
Alright, let's go adventuring and start cutting down some grass. But first, let's check up on Impa.
We were just talking to her.
She could get lost very quickly, you don't know. No, she's fine.
Oh, she made it home. Ah, she's good, yeah. Something weird about that statue!
Something weird about that fireplace. That looks like it should be an exit, but it's not. So something I noticed as I played through, when you cut down grass, it seems like it's much less likely there'll at least something in there when you come back, even though the grass respawns. Maybe it's just me.
Could be confirmation bias, I don't know. I've never really noticed.
Sort of what's happened, because I look around, seemed to happen, like, both times that I played through this for this LP. Not having so much luck finding money here. And I do want to get at least 40 rupees at the start, because that's how I buy a shield.
The people of this land are a lot less likely to be dropping their money in the grass. Oh, look at that guy.
Including good old greedy Tingle. Back again to haunt us.
Because we needed him in another game.
Here we are. And that's all that guy says.
Welcome to the hub world.
He's like a Walmart greeter.
Hey, he's elderly, you gotta give him something to do.
Okay, so the shield was 30 rupees. I don't know why I thought it was 40. Maybe I'm just remembering Ocarina of Time instead. Here's another gimmick of the Oracle games.
I like this gimmick, by the way.
It is pretty cool. I haven't gotten far enough into the game to enjoy it, though.
I mean, if you get to the point where you're wearing multiple rings, you can get pretty OP pretty quick. Almost to the point where it kind of makes the game a little unfun, so you want to gimp yourself a little bit?
We'll see.
This guy never stops snake dancing, by the way.
No. He's almost in time with the music. So as we go through the game, we'll collect rings, just sort of randomly, like maybe we'll find them in dungeons, maybe we'll get them from growing trees. Yes, really. But then we have to bring him back to this dude. Vasu was his name?
Yep.
He will appraise them and see if there's any special abilities. And if there are, we can equip them and get a special ability.
It's a pretty cool thing. Of course, the first ring he gives us is a friendship ring, because we're gonna be friends.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
It does absolutely nothing, by the way.
No. Don't need to equip that.
Thanks for the useless ring, Dick.
Yeah, apparently they do nothing when worn, too. Thanks.
He also says that every time.
Every time.
It's this version of the Beetle thank you.
Rings do nothing unless worn.
I wasn't even gonna attempt it.
Bye!
By the way, the history goes back hundreds of years. Wink, wink.
That dude's the mayor of Lynna City. His name is different than the mayor in Majora's Mask, Dotor, but I feel like his sprite is a reference to him.
Yeah, they took a lot of assets from Link's Awakening, as I said, but some of the new sprites, they put in some Majora's Mask characters, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
This is the most friendly dungeon music ever.
It really is. You can sort of tell by everything that this isn't really a dungeon anymore. Everything's just sort of collapsed. So it's just a straight path through.
That won't come up again.
Meet the Maku Tree.
Also known as Waifu Tree.
Got some impressive eyeshadow for a tree.
There's like the hibiscus flower in her hair. It's very tropical, which is very juxtaposed with the rest of the climate.
More hyphens. You'll need a disco.
Disco Tree.
Oh, now she's dying.
Yeah, so this doesn't make sense, and as with a lot of time travel, games, movies, etc., you kind of have to just take your brain out of it for a little bit. Because if she was killed in the past, she wouldn't have been here to talk to in the first place, but whatever.
I'm guessing they're going with the idea, if you go back into the past, your effects also follow along like they're going parallel.
Right, so it's the Back to the Future thing.
McFly works even better. Wow.
Yep, my hand is disappearing as I play this guitar. Are you a bad enough dude to travel 400 years in the past?
Find out in part 2.
Bye, Ralph!
Ralph is disappearing too.